All right, we are back already, and I have to deal with this. This is breaking news, and I want to ask all of you, what are the implications of this? Wake Animal Shelter no longer allowing children on adoption floor after a dog attack. This is insane. But I'm glad that it happened because this shelter is actually confirming our arguments. You know,
Big change at the Wake County Animal Center just 2 days after WRAL Investigates told you about a dog attacking a mother and daughter there. No children under the age of 18 will be allowed on the adoption floor starting tomorrow. WRAL Investigates Sarah Kruger is live now from the center in Raleigh with reactions to this. Sarah?
Deborah, this is a big reversal from how things have been. No more family outings here to choose a new pet, and that is getting some mixed reviews.
A family pet, usually a family decision.
Do you think it's a problem then that the children can't meet the dog until it's home?
Yeah, I do think that is a problem. I think that because I feel like that could end up leading to the dog not liking where it is and then potentially it attacking the child then at the house.
Attack the child because the dog doesn't like where it is? Is that what she just said? Some magical dog force forced her to say that. Yeah, thou shalt not speak against dog energy. Forced her to make that crazy, illogical statement. Attack the child because it doesn't like where it is. And that's the result of the child not being present during the adoption. Run that by me again, please, young lady.
Problem then that the children can't meet the dog until it's home.
Yeah, I do think that is a problem. I think that because I feel like that could end up leading to the dog not liking where it is and then potentially it attacking the child then.
You can't make this up. They so desperately don't want to say that the dog will simply attack the child because the child is an easy Vic. Because the child is defenseless, weak, harmless, vulnerable. Y'all don't want to admit what's right there in your face. These things, vile, predatory, lethal, dangerous behavior. Y'all hate to just admit the obvious reality. But let's continue.
Potentially it attacking the child then at the house.
The change comes after a mother and her 8-year-old say they were attacked Sunday by this dog, Bagel. The mom shared photos of her daughter's injuries.
Now, y'all remember this. I shared this while I talked about this story in a live stream. Took place at a shelter. These attacks sometimes happen at the shelter.
After our first story aired, we heard from another woman who asked us not to give her name.
I could spot a mile away that Bagel was going to be, I would say reactive to anybody, but specifically children.
What? You could spot a mile away that the dog was going to be, I would say, reactive to anybody, specifically children. Reactive, meaning aggressive. I hate that word. They use reactive to make the dog sound like the victim. Oh, it's just reacting. To make it sound like something is being done to the dog. Just the child's presence, in their mind, amounts to the dog being under attack. So the dog has to react. Sick. Pretty sick, man. Talk about degenerate. Wow.
Reactive to anybody, but specifically children.
And so you think the staff had some indication that Bagel was not good with kids?
Oh, yeah.
So, you're saying no more kids allowed on the adoption floor because the dogs want too desperately to attack them. That's what you're saying. So do you think it's any better that the dog be taken home where those kids are? Listen to this. This is a state of emergency. This is more important than anything most of y'all been talking about all week on social media.
I think so.
She told us it felt like shelter staff was trying to force adoptions just to get the dogs out. WREL has reported on issues of overcrowding at the shelter that management seemingly has not been able to remedy for years.
It's like they're trying to rush you before you find something out that you don't want to see.
The mom who was attacked told us the
Of course they're trying to rush. They're always overcrowded.
shelter staff seemed unprepared. The shelter director has not responded to my requests for an interview, nor my questions about how staff handled the attack and what happened to Bagel. In a news release, she wrote,
Who cares? There has not been any mention of what happened or what's the condition of the child who was attacked. Not yet. But already they're talking about what happened to the dog. You can't make this up.
In a news release, she wrote, the shelter environment can be overwhelming and stressful for many pets, especially when we are at overcapacity for...
No, they're not stressed. That's a lie. That's a lie. Dogs are not stressed or overwhelmed being around other dogs. That's what they want. They're not bothered by the sounds that dogs make. What are you talking about? Y'all talk as if these dogs are surrounded by some other animal species. Get out of here.
For most of the year. This policy helps us create a calmer, safer space.
They form packs, don't they? So when in nature, given the option to do whatever they want, they form packs. They create a shelter-like environment.
For animals.
The mom who was attacked told us she does support this new policy. She also told us that she hopes that staff will get some additional training.
And she's out of her mind. What type of parent says, yeah, that's a good idea? No kids in the shelter on the adoption floor because the dogs want too badly to attack them and the shelter doesn't want the lawsuits. Wait till take the dog home so that if the dog wants to attack the kid, the attack won't happen on our property. It'll happen in your home and you'll have to worry about it. No lawsuit for us. Are y'all listening to this madness? It gets frustrating knowing how serious the things are that we talk about over here and seeing how much of the world is paying no attention. Paying no attention almost at all to what's going on over here in the dog world. A world that they're involved in every day, but on this crazy spaced out level. You really can't make this up. Look at the implications here. This is an admission that the dogs have no business being inside of the homes. The actions of the shelter itself proves that. So how can you defend, I'm talking to the shelters now, how can you defend your own act of adopting these things out to families? Shouldn't y'all be saying, hey, we can't sell these, we can't give you these dogs because you're going to take them home to your kids, and these dogs can't be around kids. That's what y'all saying with this new policy. These things cannot be around kids. They want too badly to attack them. So don't let your kids in. If you want these things to be around kids, do that in your home. And these idiotic, insane dog lovers are actually doing that. They're not reading the signs at all. That instead, they're saying, oh, this is a good idea. Help us. Somebody help us. We are in all kinds of trouble. Help the youth. Y'all are in so much danger. The young people, the newborns, the 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. Y'all are in the most danger. Y'all are under attack by society itself. And y'all want to sit up and talk about stupid stuff online, like the way that somebody dances. That's what goes viral on y'all part of the world. You want to sit up and talk about stupid stuff, like 5-year-olds stealing toys. This is why so many people get disgusted and fed up with humanity. This is where that word comes from. What was that word where people become disgusted and disappointed with humanity? I'm disappointed. This is disappointing. I made a video not long ago. What was the title? People are worried about, people care about the wrong things. People here recently are talking about how bothered and annoyed and stressed out they are by what? A bunch of nonsense, a bunch of stupid stuff that you're seeking out. And I want to establish something else on this video. This channel is not a channel where we are being stressed out by content that we consciously seek out. Because of course, that would make you a silly person to complain about how stressed you are about things that you actively seek out. That was your decision. That's not what this is. Dog culture affects me, all of us, personally. When you see somebody, dancing, that don't affect the society. But when you see a 2-year-old getting mutilated and bludgeoned by a dog, yeah, that's everybody's concern. Because that could be me someday. People being victims of unprovoked attacks, lethal attacks being launched on random people for no reason, that's everybody's problem. Mostly, yeah. So be careful and don't make those comparisons. Don't ever compare us with those people who do that. If I don't like degenerate hillbillies, I'm not going to look for their content online and absorb that content, which I don't. Because if I don't listen to them, they have no effect on my life whatsoever. But these issues, when it comes to dog culture, This affects all of us. Every new law, every new policy, this affects all of us, because any of us could one day be a victim. And dogs are everywhere. They are in the majority of homes in the United States. These isolated incidents are not everywhere. The potential of you seeing someone carrying out a goofy dance is not everywhere. And it's your own fault for letting stuff like that bother you anyways. Dog culture is a real, genuine problem for society. And we are at a point where it's almost like people don't even know how to recognize things that are a true problem for the entire society. So instead, they worry about nonsensical things, degenerate things. So fingers crossed for the improvement and betterment of mankind. Shout out to everyone in the building. Again, hope y'all been having a good weekend. Big shout out to K-Nun in the building, dog culture critic in the house, who has, I believe, recently became a member. Big shout out to all the members as well. Take care of yourselves. Stay ready for these inbred mutants and their enabling owners. And I hope to see you all on the next live stream. Give me your take. What does this imply? Because that's how I interpret it. This shelter is admitting that these things have no business around kids. As we continue with this crusade.